What's up, everyone? All right, so red day recap. Well, third red day out of the last 4 trading days. Definitely a little bit of a slump here and looking to break out of it. But fortunately, I haven't given back a whole lot of profit. Well, today I'm down $5,000. But yesterday I was green, so that made up for the loss last week. So, it's just kind of a grind right now, and I'm looking to break out of it. First thing tomorrow morning, we'll see. I'll be streaming 9:15, the watch list, and hopefully we see a gapper that actually holds the momentum. IMRN, Fran, the two gappers this week, they just didn't hold the momentum. So, maybe I have to sit on the sidelines a little bit until things open up, but that's okay. I've done that before. I can do it again, and we'll see how things look tomorrow morning. All right, see you guys first thing in the morning. All right, so we're going to do our recap here for today. Today's kind of a frustrating day because just not a lot of follow through. The stocks I traded, CAPR, Fran, GHSI, ANIX, none of them really gave me the breakouts that I was expecting when I traded them. We'll start with CAPR, which is the only stock I'm green on. This one I took 2 trades on. The first one was a trade right here at 685 as it was squeezing up, breaking through the pre-market high, which was 75. Squeezed up to 699, made only about 10 cents per share. I then got back in right here for the break over 7. It double topped at 7 and couldn't break. So this is a setup that, I basically failed on twice, but was able to make $1,100. GHSI, I took a bunch of stabs on this one. I mean, I traded it starting down here. I traded it again going into the halt, but the halt opened lower. Actually, it opened flat and then dropped to 206, and I stopped out. It then rips back up. I got back in right here for the break over the $0.50, but it only broke the $0.50 by 5 cents to 255 and then dropped back down to 226. So I stopped out again. It then rips back up. I didn't get back in here. I then got in for the break over 3 and it does another false break, hitting 305 and then dropping back down. So, the trouble on this one for me was false breakout here, false breakout here, a false breakout coming out of the halt here, and a false break of the $0.50 here. So very choppy action. Now, not to say that it's not grinding up, and it's a little frustrating to be down $1,500 on a stock that is grinding up, but just sort of whipping around and not giving the breakouts at the places where I would expect them. So that's disappointing. Fran, I took 2 trades on this right out of the gates. The first trade was a break over 5 and squeezing up to 530, profitable. Got back in at 525, hits a high of 538, and then I stopped out and gave back the profit I had made. So went green and then went red. And ANIX, on this one, I hesitated to get in coming out of the halt because I thought, this is kind of risky. But then it actually it actually started to squeeze up here, and I did jump in thinking it was going to get up over the $0.50, and then I got stopped right out. So that was a bigger loss. That was the only one that was a little bit bigger, and that was one of those ones where, I should have been more careful on it, but it did have news, and I didn't jump in right out of the halt. I waited for like 30 seconds, and then as it curled up, I jumped in. But kind of a frustrating day to be down $5,000 while GHSI is up 200%. But the strategy that I had or applied to it of trying to scalp the breakouts on this one just didn't work. So, I had a great day yesterday. Today's a little bit of a setback. So, kind of still, I would say, in this kind of in this choppiness. I was hoping not to have another red day this week, but, I was red Monday, green Tuesday, now red again here Wednesday. So that's just, part of the deal with trading. You got to take it in stride. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. We'll be back at it first thing tomorrow. Of course, the nature of being, up and down, $5,000 right now is part of taking large share size, 12, 15,000 shares. I was trading 15,000 shares on GHSI. So, that's actually, only a 10-cent loss, but just a little bit disappointing. And, I might come back and see that this stock hit $4 later today and just be kind of annoyed and frustrated, but can't keep trading once you hit max loss. You've got to follow the rules. So following the rules on it, and on my daily max loss, which is up to $5,000 right now because of the share size I'm trading with. So, throw in the towel, but I'll be back at it as usual first thing tomorrow morning. Hopefully we see better momentum. This week we've kind of seen a trend where the leading gap are Fran selling off, IMRN selling off. So not seeing the level of follow through that I like. But of course, like everything else, it's ebb and flow. We have amazing days, and then, we'll have days that are choppy. And at the end of all of that, as long as you're averaging green more than red, you will do well. And I certainly am up over $250,000 this year and still tracking for that $500,000 annual goal. So you can't get so fixated on an individual day that you, like on GHSI, just start aggressively just revenge trading it, because you know what, maybe this just isn't the one. Maybe this stock just isn't going to be an easy one to trade today, and it's better just to walk away and come back tomorrow. Being down $5,000 for me is a little bit of a disappointing day, but hey, I've had days where I've been down 15, 20, or even $30,000. So by comparison, being down $5,000 is no big deal. It's always better just to step back and live to trade another day than get so fixated on one stock that you just give back more and more and more money. Some are just a little trickier, and GHSI, I would say, is a tricky one. And Fran just is biased to the short side. So anyways, that's it for me. I'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning, live streaming right around 9:15. Hopefully we've got a better watch list than we had today, and look at that drop on GHSI. See, this is the stuff that's so frustrating. 30-cent drop. So you're jumping in here for the break of 3, keeps failing. And now here's a flush back down, 270, low is 267. That's just frustrating stuff. So that's all right. We'll get the next one. All right, see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.